I'm Francisco Valinas, and I'm the Director of Financial Aid at Florida International University. I've been in financial aid about 35 years. Before we started in the project for emergency aid, we had programs on campus. They were very scattered and siloed, not well advertised, and lots of folks didn't know about all the different options that we could use to help a student stay at FIU and graduate.
Hi, welcome to One Stop.
An example is a student might have come to the One Stop because they said, the transmission broke on my car, I've gotten all my aid, and I'm working, but I can't afford it till my next paycheck. And so the One Stop has an emergency loan program, and so they could get the student an emergency loan. But what happens when they go to their advisor and their advisor doesn't know that, right? Or they're in their last semester, they still owe $1,000, and they come to financial aid or the One Stop and we say, well, we've given you all the aid we can, there's nothing more that we can do. Not knowing that at our Retention and Success Office they have a completion grant and they could get the money for the student. I had always thought we have these programs, but we're not being very efficient, and we know we're losing students. We could look at our retention and graduation rates and and we were doing some work and doing some research and seeing that there was a number of students who said it was a financial situation why they had to stop, right? And so, well, how do we fix this? Well, first of all, aid administrators have a lot of power. Believe it or not, we have something called professional judgment. So we can make decisions to help students who we know are in unique situations. And so, but a lot of aid administrators are afraid to use that power. And I say, these are the reasons you have the power. We all have the same goal. We want to keep our students here. We want them to graduate. And I'm convinced, and I think most aid officers are, that emergency aid is one way that happens. And so it's trying to be more flexible, to understand that what's happening with the student, one, is a one-time thing, but is a unique or unusual thing, so you have the power to make a decision to change that. I think that's the first thing aid administrators have to get past in this process, because they'll say, oh, no, this is going to mess things up, and I'm going to, no, it's not. You have the flexibility, the ability to make that change and make that difference. I think that's the first thing I would always tell an aid officer as they get into this. Just relax. It's fine. You have the ability to do it. You're not doing anything against the rules. You're helping the student, and there's a way to do that. So there's some very specific things. One, we took a pretty comprehensive inventory of what we have, defining what emergency aid is and taking a really broad brush. So we say emergency aid is our food pantry, is our emergency loan program, is our completion grant, is our retention grant. So now what we're doing is we have a much more comprehensive approach. We kind of call it an umbrella approach. Everyone still does have their emergency aid programs all across the campus, but what we're doing now is bringing that all together. We're creating a defined process rather than a bunch of silos that everyone will know about and everyone can direct students to. And really, there's just one thing the student needs to do. They just fill out this little application, and the folks who do emergency aid will take it from there and figure out what they need to do to help the student. We're going to have a program that is going to catch those students who usually fall through the cracks. The biggest challenge, obviously, is time. We're all doing way more than we have time to do already, just our regular jobs. There's a challenge of it's taking too long because we're very used to doing things quickly. And so getting everybody to slow down and just stay a part of it was very important, because we knew over the longer term as we do this, one, we're building something that's not just for us. This is for the whole country, for everyone in higher ed. And two, we want to build something that's sustainable. And the process that we've been going through with Reos Partners is really building something sustainable, because you're learning, you're getting tools and learning skills to help you maintain your program as you go along. So for my peers, one thing I would say is contact us. There's 5 institutions who participated in this, who created programs using this process. 5 of us are, as everyone in financial aid knows, all you got to do is pick up the phone or send an email. We're going to respond. And in addition to the 5 institutions, there's many, many more individuals who are in the community of practice who helped develop this. So you have a handy person resource in addition to an actual tool. And the playbook will help you get started, even if it's just you, because you'll very quickly you'll see that as you start to talk to others on your campus, they're going to be, oh yeah, this is really good. And I think the second thing is then you enlist your partners. You already have emergency aid on your campus. Find out where it is and who's administering it. They're going to be your partner and your champion as you go through the process, and they're going to be the ones you want on your team. This is not just a financial aid problem. This is a university problem, because this deals with retaining and graduating students, which we get measured on. That's the goal. You want students to stay enrolled and to graduate. And so that's important. And that goal is the same goal for everyone who's helping students, from the federal government funding them in aid programs to their faculty who are teaching them, so to the administrators across the campus. You have the tools and you have the authority to help a student, even when you might say the rules say I can't do this, but you know that you actually can.